Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Tuesday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Randy Lee. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Auburn gets a win last night to start the basketball season over George Mason, 70-52. It was not pretty at times, but Auburn ends up with an 18-point victory over George Mason, which is, I mean, you got to say, when you don't shoot the ball very well and you end up winning by 18, George Mason is not a bad team. I talked about that yesterday. They were only 14-16, but they went on the road and beat Maryland last year. They went on the road and beat Georgia. They went on the road and really played really competitive with Kansas in Allen Fieldhouse. So this is a team that's expected to be one of the better mid-major teams in the country. So take that for what you will, but we'll break that game down, talk a little bit about the specifics of it as we move forward in today's show. This is Randy's first day, so kind of reacting to the loss to Mississippi State in Starkville. Carnell Williams first go as the Auburn head coach. In the annals of history, he is 0-1, but I would say there was a lot more to that game Saturday night than just the final score. We can talk about that. He had his, I guess maybe the first official press conference, just kind of the midweek without all the chaos last week. But he got some interesting things that he has to say. It's just every time he talks, I kind of get chills, thinking about and the way he looks at Auburn and the way he feels about Auburn and what he wants to how he wants to handle this situation. So we'll talk about these things and much more. We'd love to get your thoughts. 256-234-6221 is our number here. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. Let us know how you feel about what's going on right now and what did you think about the game last night. Randy, good to see you. Did you have a chance to watch the game?
Listen to it. I think it was on SEC Plus.
It was.
So did not find my way to it last night. I am not technologically advanced.
Are you not a streamer?
All of those things are a little above my pay grade. So I went to the Auburn app.
Okay.
And I listened in to the Auburn broadcast and enjoyed that. For a majority of this football season, which I've been apathetic towards anyway, I have pretty much 90% of the season I've listened to on radio. I know that may shock you being the radio guy that I am, but I do and always have enjoyed listening to ball games by Homer broadcasters like Jim Fife and the above. So I did that, and I did it last night and enjoyed it that way. And Auburn didn't play well. Got up easily to begin the basketball game, but I think we shot 33% from the field and won by 18. So this is not your normal Auburn squad. We can win basketball games when we don't play well, and that's an old saying that my father always said. You got a good team when you don't play well and you win. You got a good ball club. If you have to play well to win any ball games, you don't have a very good team. That's something he always said growing up and now, and I totally agree with that. So we didn't play well last night, Andy, but we won easily, and we saw some new faces that we're going to be talking about a lot this year.
Yeah, definitely. Rebounded, that's the one thing in the exhibition against UAH and in the first game against George Mason. You can see that this team's going to rebound the ball well. They got a lot of size. They got a lot of aggression going after loose balls. And the defensive intensity last night from the start was, it was just kind of overwhelmed George Mason. That's why they jumped out to a bigger lead because of the defense. But 4 of 25 from three, not a lot of those. It's one game. This team was not a really good shooting team last year. But are those shots going to start falling? Hopefully. If this team starts shooting the ball better from beyond the arc, man, you wonder. The ceiling for this team is really, really high. But Alan Flanagan did not have a good game last night. But, of course, he had kind of had to be away for a couple of weeks, so he may have a little rust on him. But I thought John Broom, while he played well, he just got kind of sped up with the offensive end a little bit too much. It's like he was pressing a little bit. I really like Johan Traor. Man, athletic, big, long. And, Wendell Green is going to be – Wendell Green and K.D. Johnson are going to be who they are. And Johnson's I don't even know how to describe him. He's a force of nature, but I would imagine Wendell Green is going to be our leading scorer for a lot of games.
At times, going to have to find ways to score the basketball. It is what knocked us out of the tournament last year. Watching that game last night, I didn't get a feel that things have changed tremendously. But I'm not one to sit up here and ever complain about our basketball program. Thank the Lord, basketball. I just saw Justin Clayton deliver down to his work and saw him, and the very first thing he said to me, thank the Lord, basketball is here. And I said, thank the Lord. I agree with you that basketball is here as an Auburn fan. But the talent level is there. The shooting touch hopefully will come in spurts. And this is a team with those two guys at guard that can go and get them in bunches and can defend as well as anyone. So when you're shooting well, if you can get hot, if this team can get hot at the right time and shoot it well at the right time and it be tournament time, we can beat anybody. Mm-hmm. You can watch that and see that last night.
Bruce Pearl said after the game that this is the kind of team where it's probably going to be a different guy every night. And that's probably a lot of truth to that. I mean, Jalen Williams is going to step up at times, and he's going to have a great game. Alan Flanagan's going to have his moments. Jasper's not going to shoot the ball as poorly as he did last night. I think he was like 1 for 7, and Flanagan was like 0 for 5, and so it was just kind of a tough night. But you saw the depth of the team. That's going to be the strength of this basketball team, and that's going to be something that hopefully they can, even if they're not having a really good night shooting from the floor, they're going to be able to wear down the opponent. And I think that's pretty much what you saw because, George Mason made some really nice runs, made a run to close out the first half, made a run in the second half. I think they maybe cut it to single digits at one point, but it was just Auburn's relentless substitution and fresh legs in the game. You could just see by the end of the game they just didn't have an answer. Didn't.
And new faces on the offensive end that I think that are going to help. You've been expecting that, and I watched it, at least listened into it a lot last night, and expecting the offensive end down in the post to possibly be a step ahead this year, and you do have the sense that could be the case. But Auburn's going to have to knock down shots. I think they can. I do sense that this team may be a little bit better defensively. Even Walker Kessler's gone, so it's hard to replace that in the interior, but it didn't look like we were going to struggle mightily replacing that. But I think another year on these guards and the way that they defend out on the perimeter is going to make every game against us extremely hard to play, and that's a good thing, Andy. That keeps you in every basketball game. When you can defend, when you can on-ball defend the way that these guards do for Auburn, nobody looks forward to playing you.
No, that's true. And I think Dylan Cardwell continues to get a little better every year.
I agree.
And he and Broom were really, really good around the rim. I think Cardwell had 5 blocks last night. So that's I think one of the X factors may be Chris Moore, a guy that didn't get he was kind of hurt, I think, toward the end of last year. He's hard. He's never really found his niche at Auburn, but he's the kind of guy, super athletic. He's one of those guys that can he can hit. He can shoot threes. He's kind of one of those guys that can get hot, and he could hit 6 threes in a game. But he's super athletic. He can rebound. He can play. He's really good on the defensive end. So he's a guy that I think you're going to get a boost from this year that maybe that you were missing last year.
Well, Bruce Pearl said that. And by him saying that, sometimes we get caught up in football and say, well, okay, he said that. is he just saying it to be saying it in the press? And no, I don't think that's the case. I think he said it, and I think that he said he had a great offseason. He expected a lot more out of him this year, and Flanagan's Flanagan. I don't know that that's going to correct itself. I was hoping we'd get a little bit more of the sophomore Flanagan that we got of the junior Flanagan, but I think we're right there in the middle. He's going to have games where athletically he's better than anyone out on the court, and then he's going to have games where you can watch him at the beginning and tell that he's not going to knock down a lot of shots, and you're just going to have to deal with it. But I think more and his emotions out on the court, and he just always seems like a positive presence. Even if he's not on the court, he feels like teammates like him and want him to succeed. So, Chris Moore, I'm with you. I'm hoping that that's the case, and we see even more out of him because I really like his demeanor out on the court. I think he can help this team overall. Flanagan
had a good game against UAH. He scored, shot the ball a lot better. So it's going to be, I think, erratic. It's not. He's just not going to be. And that's the thing. I mean, you go back to last year, the inconsistency. Guys like Jalen Williams and Flanagan, that's really been the mark, inconsistency. And then as long as you got different guys stepping up every night and they're not all having a bad night the same night, I think Auburn will be okay. But at least here in the beginning, you got some time to work some things out. But South Florida, Winthrop, Texas Southern, those are the next 3 games at home. Auburn will go to Cancun around Thanksgiving, take on Bradley and maybe even Northwestern or Liberty, whichever one maybe wins that game. But so that's kind of the upcoming schedule. South Winthrop's always a threat to make the NCAA tournament. Texas Southern's been good. South Florida's kind of been really good. It seems like they've been really, really good defensively here in the last several years. So it should be an interesting March here for the Auburn basketball program to try to find their way into yet another NCAA tournament and make a deep run. But one game down, and the Tigers are 1-0. We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA Weekly Show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 Preview Show, and Reclassification Reveal Show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
No monthly payments until springtime at Glenn Smith in Opelika. How about a brand new Chevrolet Buick or GMC with no payments till springtime? New Chevy Equinox as low as $359 a month. New Buick Enclaves up to $4,000 off. New GMC Terrains up to $5,000 off.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you for about 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast. Give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. I think line 3, we got a call.
Morris, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Good morning. How y'all doing today?
We're great, Morris. Glad to have you.
I needed a break from some of my crazy Alabama people that's already wanting to go on their coaching search. I'll put that out there to y'all.
Well, I know somewhere that would take Nick Saban away from y'all very quickly if that was the choice.
Yeah, but it's amazing how crazy people can be, ain't it?
Yes, it is. It is.
But a couple of things I wanted to talk about on y'all's. I don't want to take up Auburn time, but it is some Auburn stuff. One thing, Randy, and this is personal, I told this girl that comes and helps me on Thursday, and she graduated from University of Alabama and all that, played the band there. But I was telling her about this guy that I watched on this Auburn guy, and I said, I've never seen a listener like he is. And I got to tell you, and you know what I'm saying, you're the best listener I've ever seen. And you don't interrupt, you listen to the person, and then when it's over, you're very good about saying what you need to say. And I supervised for 20 years, so let me tell you, that is an art. So I don't know where you got that, whether you took a class or you're just a natural born at it, but you're good on listening.
Thank you, Morris. I've worked with Brett Pritchard a long time. I've learned to listen to him talk.
Okay, well, I'm not going to go there because I like that. But going, I know y'all watched Arkansas game with Hugh Freeze, and I'm not getting in y'all's coaching search, but I'm kind of preparing for who might be there. And I know I've heard that, Ole Miss coach is high on the list, but I got to tell you, when Hugh Freeze was at Mississippi, I liked him. And I don't have an internet, and I don't keep up with gossip, so I don't really know what kind of problems he had, but I figure he must be over because but I'm going to tell you, he would fit. I would take him in a heartbeat at Alabama if Saban left, but I tell you what, I would be shocked if he's not on y'all's short list somewhere. But, whoever y'all get, it'll be who you get. Down the road, there'll be one day a year that I'll have to worry about it, but other than that, I don't think about it. But anyway, I enjoy watching you guys, and I don't want to take your program up, so I'll hang up and listen to you.
Thank you so much, Morris. Last Tuesday, you and I had this conversation. We probably had 7 or 8 phone calls in, and I would guess 6 of the 8 said that Hugh Freeze was at the top of their list. And then he goes and he beats Arkansas, and I see even more Auburn fans out there with a positive take on Hugh Freeze. And I'm not negative on him. You know, there's a couple of other candidates that I would like to see us go after a little harder before we decided on Hugh Freeze. But the further we get down the line here, if Hugh Freeze ends up being the Auburn coach, I don't know that the Auburn, at least I'm just trying to give a take of my friends and the fans that I know what they would think, and I don't think it would be taken poorly if Hugh Freeze ends up the Auburn coach.
No, I don't. I think most everybody. Just for the record, Morris, Hugh Freeze got in trouble obviously for paying players, or his assistants were supposedly paying players. Now that's not really an issue anymore because it's a free for all in recruiting, and you can pay anybody you want. That's the way you do get recruits nowadays. So that's kind of a moot point. May or may not have called some escorts. Now, was that of the phone variety, or was that of setting up for appointments for players or for himself? Who am I to say? But apparently that was what. Now, he's still married to the same woman. His children still are there for games. They look like they have worked that out. All's forgiven in that fact. So. I'm not one to hold any grudge on that for sure. So that was the why do you not hire Hugh Freeze? Man's a good coach, and man's a good recruiter. Auburn could do worse. That's all I'll say. We'll go back to the phone line.
Caller, you on the Auburn Blitz?
Hey guys, how y'all doing today?
We're great, Terry. You in a good mood today, buddy?
I am. As you guys know full well, I'm a total Hugh Freeze guy. Auburn's got to make a splash hire. And Andy and Randy, why do I keep hearing the names Dan Lanning and Jeff Grimes? I mean, they're not a splash hire. They're a Blakey Fawcett.
I don't think either one will be considered when it comes down to time. I may be wrong with that, but that's just my take.
Well, I just worry, Andy and Randy, that the media is going to say, well, there goes old Auburn again. They hire somebody they can pull their strings. They're not going to be able to do that with Hugh Freeze or Lane Kiffin or Deion Sanders. And they got to make a splash hire. This can't be another, well, we'll see, down the 3 years down the line hire. You can't do that. You just fired a coach for less than 2 years. So I just don't understand it, guys. I really don't. Hugh Freeze, I'm totally in that corner. I've been in that corner, and I'm glad to hear that some people are coming around because I think he's the best. And, guys, let me ask you this. When's the last time you wanted to see or heard of a coach wanting to be at a place worse than Hugh Freeze wants to be at Auburn? That guy wants that job.
I think
he's privately campaigning for it. He is.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that's true.
So,
I think that's.
I just think he. Sandy, I'm sorry to step on you there.
No,
he wants the job. Passionately wants it.
I don't disagree. I think he clearly. I think he was even quoted as saying there were a couple of few schools that he would certainly leave Liberty for, and I have no doubt that Auburn's one of them. I think he covets the job.
Well, guys, he's got a daughter just graduated from Auburn, and the daughter currently there, and he's building a house on Lake Martin. So, I mean, what it does? It seems too perfect is what it does.
Well, as far as Dan Lanning is concerned, he is an up-and-coming guy, and he has obviously been coaching with Kirby Smart. I think there's some Nick Saban tie in there too. So he's a guy that I think is kind of one of those people look at and say an up-and-comer. But Jeff Grimes, no experience whatsoever. That one really doesn't make a lot of sense.
Okay, real quick, guys. What does it say about the Pac, whatever they are this year, the Pac 40? What does it say about them when a first-year coach and an eight-win quarterback could come there and win that league? Because that's what they're doing. And everybody says Bo Nix was an 8-win quarterback with a bad offensive line. Well, I'm sorry, but that's the offensive line he had, so he was an 8-win quarterback.
Well, we'll see what happens, but if Oregon makes the playoff, I'll be the biggest fan.
Got to have a splash, not a leaky faucet, guys. You have a good day.
Thank you, Terry. Appreciate your phone call.
Don't go anywhere. More to come on this edition of the Auburn Blitz.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you for about 30 more minutes in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there sticking with us. We are brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. They are literally saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248, 256-397-0248, for all your mortgage needs. Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Ty says, I think John A. Broome and Cardwell will dominate the boards, but I think Auburn needs to work on their free throw shooting, and they still need a good three-point shooter. You know, this is without Chance Westry, which, you know, Bruce Pearl was raving about him, saying that he was really the only guaranteed starter that he felt like before he had to have a little cleanup on his knee. So hopefully he comes back, and that's just yet another scorer for you, and maybe a good outside shooter. So That's something to look forward to. I heard Cadillac said while watching game film, they still haven't seen a face mask on that kickoff. That was what I was asking David yesterday. I never did see what, the personal foul was. And so Ty says it was a face mask, but apparently it was a phantom face mask.
There were some odd calls in that football game, and I'll leave it with that. I mean, and at some really bad times, that pass interference call, I will say the same thing that Jason Caldwell said following the game, that if that guy is allowed to officiate anymore after making that call at that time, it's just a terrible call. A terrible call you got to eat that flag.
Yeah.
In a position like that. And I do think that you have to know exactly the time and the place when you're making calls like that can determine the outcome of a game when it gets into the overtime session and you make a call where it is, at best, 90% shouldn't have gone against you. So I was with him on that.
Yeah, me too. Let's see. Dano says, hey, guys, just got back on from earlier. I would be interested in if y'all had y'all's way and could hire a coach, who would you choose? And respond, please. Thanks, guys, War Eagle. Who would you choose and the reasons why?
You want me to start?
Randy is well documented, but I'll let him reiterate.
Well, I've said this for a couple of months now, and I'm going to continue to say it. There's nothing that's going on in the media that's going to change my thought process that I think Deion Sanders is going to be a big-time winner wherever he ends up. I like what he preaches when he's up there coaching. Some of the media that you're going to be able to get with him, especially with NIL the way that it is, you can't pay for it. You cannot pay for the advertising and the marketing that he brings to your program. There's no doubt in my mind he's going to recruit. And if you can recruit and you put a great staff together, and he has an outstanding staff at Jackson State, go look at him. Go see how many guys he's got on staff there that have been big-time assistants or coaches in the NFL and the college ranks. He's going to go find them. He has the contacts to put that coaching staff together. So, if I had my 110% wish list, it would be Deion Sanders as the head coach, and I don't care what kind of coordinator position you've got to put Cadillac in, but please, Lord, don't lose him, because everything that's coming out of his mouth, I hope, comes out of whoever ends up as a coach at Auburn's mouth. I don't think that you can replace the passion that guy's got. And when a mic's in front of him, he's speaking from his heart. And if you go back and you read what he says, you're like, my gosh, did you plan to say it that well?
Yeah.
Because it really does read so perfectly what so many of us that love Auburn think about that university and hope that the people that are leading us would say about them. So, there's my wish list. How about you, Andy?
I've said I think it's three names. I mean, it's Hugh Freeze, Lane Kiffin, and Deion Sanders. I wouldn't be upset with any of the three. I lean toward Hugh Freeze because I believe he's a little bit better coach than Gus Malzahn. I think he's a little bit better recruiter than Gus Malzahn. Therefore, I think we'll get a little bit better results than we did with Gus Malzahn. So Gus went to 2 SEC title games, won one, went to a national championship game in 8 years. If we went to 3 SEC title games in 8 years with Hugh Freeze, I'd be satisfied. You win 2, I would love to win 2. But even if we didn't, if we won 1 out of the 3, that would probably I wouldn't be happy, but I would be overall satisfied. But 2 SEC titles in 8 years, I'm not sure you can ask for a whole lot more. So I think he may be the safest bet. Lane Kiffin, I just think for the money, I think he's too expensive because it would take almost $10 million, $9 to $10 million a year, and I think you could get Hugh Freeze for probably $6 million a year. But Deion Sanders may be the best value because you could probably get him for $4 million a year. And like you said, for all the reasons you indicated, I think somebody's going to hire him, and I think it's going to be extremely interesting to watch what happens when indeed he does get a major college job, because either Auburn is going to be the one that benefits from it, or Auburn's going to be the one looking at it going, that could have been us.
How fun was Saturday, though?
Oh,
Like, I caught myself Saturday night just being so happy that my apathy had gone away. I'm watching Carnell handle himself on the sideline. The guy can't stand still. The guy has got the shakes worse than, it's like he's still playing. He's like a thoroughbred that no longer can go run. He just sits over there and he's trembling the whole time, and you can feel him and the passion behind him. And you can't take your eyes off of him. You can't take your eyes off of the team. You can't take your eyes off of the effort that's being given out there. And so I can't say enough good things, and I have not felt that way. And I've been just about out of it. I mean, look, I'll get on here and try to turn it on for the camera and seem that I have a little bit of care and emotion that I can build up inside of me for this football program, but I really haven't. I just haven't been wholeheartedly behind the coach that we have leading us. Boy, I was behind Saturday night, and it felt good. And I'll be behind this Saturday too. I'm looking forward to it, and man, it's nice to feel not just about baseball and basketball, to actually have that feel about the football team again.
I think that's well said. We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road, 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
2 nights, 1 weekend at ATL Live. Friday, November 11th, his first concert ever at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Billy Joel. With Lionel Richie and Sheryl Crow. And Saturday, November 12th, 8-time Grammy winner Chris Stapleton with Miranda Lambert, Dwight Yoakam, and more. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss ATL Live, powered by Ticketmaster.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, Brubaker, Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you. Only a couple more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They got 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. Randy, let's go back to the phone line.
James, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
How you all doing, Andy and Randy?
We're great, James. Glad to have you.
Well, thank you. Don't fall out of your chair there, Randy, when I tell you this. Me and Terry are going to agree for the second time in 2 weeks.
Right.
And here's one thing. One, he's got a flip phone, and so do I. Two, I'm satisfied Hugh Freeze would be the best we could hope for in a known quantity. And I'm talking about with the baggage that he's carrying. I think that's hopefully worked out. And he's not the first one we've had that's had those problems. But I will tell you this. Back when I was a young fella and they had all those problems with, this and that and the other, we didn't have Rich McGlynn down there. And as far as I'm concerned, that guy knows the NCAA and the XYZ and this portal stuff and everything he's supposed to know as good or better than anybody in the country. So I think we don't have to carry our own rope to the execution. But I do think that I think Freeze is he's got some baggage, but so does Kiffin, so does Prime Time. But I'm not worried about Prime Time. Y'all have a right to be for him if I say you're for it. But I want a more known quantity and quality of person that's if they got garbage, then they cleaned it up. That's fine. They ain't got garbage anymore. So, y'all have a good day. Hey, are y'all going to have a show tonight?
Yes.
Thank God. I won't have to watch that damn election stuff for 8 hours. Well, hey, I appreciate it. And, I think now, can the coach not just beat Saban? I think Saturday probably sounds better. Is could you ever beat Kirby Smart? Now, that's just the way it looks to me. But anyway, hope y'all are doing good and have a good day. And, of course, War Down Eagle.
Thank you, James.
War
We
Eagle,
appreciate the
appreciate
phone call. And, boy, Kirby took it to Tennessee, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Look, we talked about it. We talked about the roster. And Tennessee had a really, really good quarterback. And they've got some really good, pieces. But overall, top to bottom, Georgia is just a much better football team. And their defense, I don't know if I've ever seen a game where there was better tackling than there was in that game. Every time Tennessee completed a pass, it did not go 1 yard further. I mean, they were that was, but I'm sure that was by design. But they do that pretty much every week. But it was just seemed like that was the focus. No big plays for Tennessee, and made them go down the field, and it just, they couldn't do it.
You're not going to beat them at home.
No.
And I think that was a big part of that game on Saturday was, Georgia being at home and the emotion of the crowd. And they're a better football team anyway. But, you get it on a neutral site at times, things can maybe go in a different direction. But it was pretty clear who the better football team was and probably the best football team in the country is. And tip your hat to Stetson Bennett. That guy gets every year and every week, the team that's playing him goes, I don't think he can beat us. I know he's beaten us twice, but there's a part of me that believes that that was just the defense that beat us before. And I'm going back to the storyline for Auburn this year. And next thing you know, he just beats you again. And he finds different ways to do it. At times it's running the football. At other times it's actually throwing the football down the field. You know, the guy deserves a lot more acclaim than he gets. But I do think there's a lot more of me that are out there talking now and seeing how solid of a player he is.
No question about it. I mean, like I say, he is more athletic than people give him credit for. And he's not going to be an NFL quarterback, but he's a really good college quarterback, and that's what you need on a really good college football team.
I'm very proud for Bo Nix.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm the only Auburn fan out there that feels as passionately that I'm proud that guy got the heck out of Dodge, because he tried his best to hang in there. He did. And he took a lot of lumps, not only from on-the-field play, but from the fan base. And now he has moved on, and, yes, he's playing in a lesser-than conference. And that is part of –
But it ain't like it's FCS.
No, it's not. But he's going to be at the Heisman presentation.
I hope so.
I think he will. I think that there's no doubt if you look at the top 5 Heisman picks currently, he's in the talks in all of those. I've seen him as high as 1. I haven't seen him any lower than 3.
Yeah.
And the people that I've heard speculate out there, and his stats are through the roof. And
if he won a Heisman, could we claim that as another Auburn Heisman?
Nope. We could have, if we would have listened in to many that thought that we had gone awry.
Well, he was never going to win one at Auburn.
Absolutely not. That's my point. We can't claim this at all. We can only claim that we had him for a majority of his career, and we couldn't keep him here. And we all, as Auburn fans, say you don't have to stay on a sinking ship. Jump off. Get on a life raft.
Yeah.
Sell off to a better world, and that's what he's done. I'm proud for him. I really am. I wanted to say that because I speculate there's a lot of Auburn fans out there that agree with me that guy would be cheered for if he ends up in that playoff, like you said.
Absolutely. Ty says John Cohen said he wants a football coach in place by the early signing period. Well, yeah, I would imagine so. Again, I've said this. If they don't name a head coach within 48 hours after the Iron Bowl ends, we don't have good leadership. I mean, am I wrong?
No, I think you're right. And I don't think that John Cohen, I don't know him all that well, but all you can do is go off of the way that he presents himself up there and watching him speak, and I don't think he's one just say something.
John Cohen introduced his Auburn's new athletics director today in the press conference. We got to take a final break. We'll be back with one last segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Tuesday, right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Tuesday afternoon. Andy and Randy taking you up till 1 o'clock. Auburn will hold public tours over the next 2 weeks for fans to see the program's new football facility. Team spokesman told reporters yesterday there will be 2 separate open houses for the public, both from 4 to 6, this Friday and next Friday. So from 4 to 6, this Friday, next Friday, if you want to go and check out the new football facility, head to Auburn and check it out. Are you interested to see what this
I would like to see it, but
monstrosity looks like?
I'm not going to probably take time out of work to go over there and check it out. But
You don't know where your $92 million went?
none of my 92 went there. I don't know about some of yours, but whatever they got, it wasn't coming out of my back pocket. I said that last weekend. People call in, they, jump all over us, and we'll know how in the world we're going to come up with that $15.5 million to pay Brian Hart. I don't know. All I know is it'll happen, and it won't be me that'll be buying anybody out, but it's needed, I guess. I guess it's keeping up with the Joneses at this point in time, my friend. You know it.
Well, if I'd have won that $2 billion lottery, I'd have dropped $100 million on Auburn like it was nothing. And I imagine what kind of access we'd have then.
Probably about the same as we have now.
Probably.
We'd come back on air and try to cut it straight with Auburn folks like we have for a long time, and we'd go right back to the same access we have now.
That'd probably be about right. On this day, Tom Dempsey kicked a record 63-yard field goal. That record stood until 2013.
Did he have a half foot?
I think he did, club foot.
He had a club foot.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Think about, that's so much more impressive because, you didn't have like the whole technique of the soccer style and all this, and he was just kicking like with a stump, man. And the force behind, and the football wasn't really, it was just, there had to be, that's kind of even more impressive now than the way they do it today. So
I'll have to go back and watch
63 yards.
No, just to see.
Now, there was of course, that was broken last year, I think, 66-yarder from Justin Tucker or something like that for the Ravens.
Saw him kicking, not with actually a holder, but, they have the little stand that they kick off the ground.
Right.
He was knocking it through from either 15 or 20 yards behind the midfield stripe yesterday.
The guy from Baltimore?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, so we're talking.
I want to say the 66-yarder to win the game hit the crossbar and bounced in. I want to say, but
go pull those up there.
Yeah,
I mean, he was knocking, and it's all of it's inside.
Yeah,
all of it's on turfus. I don't think Dempsey's was inside nor on the turfus.
He was a Saint, but this is before those days, I think. Happy birthday today, Esther Roll. You a Good Times fan?
Oh,
you ever watch Florida Evans?
Yes.
Born this day, 1920. How about the great Bobby Bowden? The dadgum computers are going to keep us out of the national title game. Bobby Bowden. Bert Burns, he wrote Twist and Shout.
Didn't know Bert. Some of these you come up with, where do you get them?
I have my sources. Angel Cordero, Hall of Fame jockey. Won the Kentucky Derby 3 times.
Did he? Who was he riding?
Let's see. That would have been 85. I have no clue.
Okay.
How about Bonnie Raitt? I bet you
love
like
Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's give him something to talk about.
She'd give you a lot to talk about.
I bet she'd be really cool to hang out with.
Yeah.
Angel from Montgomery. She did that one too. John Prine song.
I was about to say who wrote it.
Absolutely. You didn't think I was going to know that, did you?
Nope.
Mary Hart. Remember Entertainment Tonight? Now
Yeah.
she's a big Dodger fan. She said she's like right down there behind the home plate in every Dodger game.
We all watched Entertainment Tonight.
We did.
That was kind
John
of
Tesh.
It's a different day and age. You can't get the same eyes on the same television monitor watching the same thing each night. Well, we could growing up, couldn't we?
That is true. And this is a weird day. It's like the random baseball player day. Dwight Smith, you remember he was on that 95 Braves team,
Yes.
kind of a bench player. Played for the Cubs earlier in his career. Jeff Blauser, former Brave shortstop, he was on that 95.
Had a 2 or 3 year stretch where he was a really good player.
He actually won a Silver Slugger in 1997. But overall, he was like 260 hitter.
Yeah.
He was
Pretty good fielder. Not a great athlete.
Not a great guy. Went to the Cubs. I think they gave him a lot of money. So, Henry Rodriguez, you remember? He played. He had like 36 homers one year with the Expos. No. I think it was probably steroids, but he didn't do much after that. Jose Offerman.
Do
played
remember
for the
that
Dodgers.
name? Yes.
Yeah, I think didn't he go after a pitcher with a bat one time? Or maybe I'm thinking about somebody.
I think he did. And he kind of swinging it like a sword.
It seemed like he did, if I remember.
Left-handed hitter.
Yeah. Courtney Thorne Smith. Did you ever watch Melrose Place? How about Summer School? Ever seen the movie Summer School?
I bet you have.
I have seen it. She was actually in that as well. Tara Reid. She's a big hot mess.
Yeah.
That's pretty much. But she's my age, so she's got a reason to be a big hot mess, I guess. Sam Bradford. He won the Heisman.
I know he did. Oklahoma.
He did.
Threw it all over the park.
Yes, he did.
And that was about the time where everyone in his conference was playing zero defense.
Yeah, that's right. And everybody thought, man, I mean, he went on to the NFL and
he's okay.
Really did nothing, really.
Yeah, he's decent.
He's decent?
Yeah, I don't think he was terrible. I don't think he was Ryan Leaf bad.
Well, no. He wasn't Ryan
he's
Leaf
not
bad.
still in the league.
Okay.
No, he wasn't that. I mean, he didn't go stay in the league that long. But
how about Giancarlo Stanton? You know what they used to call him?
What?
Mike.
Do you know though? Do you think he's not on steroids?
I don't know. I mean, he's
look normal to you?
It doesn't, but I mean, every now and then you got a guy that. I mean, Jose Canseco, yeah, he was on juice, but he was going to look like he was a big hulking guy anyway. I guess you can be that way. I
don't know.
It's hard to tell. I mean, Aaron Judge, you don't think he's on juice, do you?
He seems like a naturally bigger guy than Stanton does. Stanton looks like a roided out. But I may be wrong.
He might be. Casting dispersions on the Auburn board. I may have sullied Jose Alfred too. I don't know. But going after a guy.
So we found out today that, again, most of the Auburn fan base, or at least the majority currently of the Auburn fan base, would like Hugh Freeze.
I hear more and more that name.
Yeah.
And I think beating Arkansas at Liberty didn't hurt in Fayetteville. It's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. JJ and David will be with you tomorrow. For Randy Lee, I'm Andy Graham. So long from everybody. We'll talk again soon.